Michael Bublé is undeniably a patriotic Canadian. He loves hockey so much that he even has an ice rink in his home basement and can whip up a mean bloody teaser, the national drink of Ireland, but the voice coach has also been known to deck out for Ireland's most important holiday, St. Patrick's Day. In 2021, he sported a shiny green hat and a green cup just to brag to his Irish admirers, and on St. Patrick's Day he sent a special message. As part of his Higher tour, Bublé surprised a fan in an Irish bar with a pint of Guinness on March 17, 2023. He made an appearance in Hamburg, Germany. As he traveled throughout Ireland on his tour, Audrey, who is a Bublé fan, had earlier asked him to have a pint at her pub, the Fleet and Cur Irish Pub, via Twitter. Germany's metropolis, the singer enthusiastically invited Le to their Irish pub for a pint of Guinness, and a year later, Bublé accepted. After all, what could be more Irish than performing at Street in Hamburg, Germany? Patrick's Day. Bublé shared the tale of how he and Leaves met while laughing in a TikTok video. "I am here. Who needs a good excuse to have a drink when she has no clue I'm coming? I'm not even sure she'll be there. Wow, let's go," I said as Bublé entered the pub. Lee's mouth dropped open in shock as she clenched her heart, and she screamed, "I can't believe this is happening," while Bublé clung to her, saying, "We did it. We're here." Bublé, hoodie, and a green baseball cap joined Bublé and his fans for a pint of Guinness. Bublé's Irish grandmother told Today FM that she was taken aback when one of the waitresses at her tavern said, "There's a microphone at the door for you." When Bublé's grandmother asked Mike about the microphone, Mike said, "I don't know anything about microphones." Bublé then recalled coming out of the kitchen and going to the door where he stood, acting like a good citizen, and how he had promised. Bublé recalled that Bublé had told her that he was waiting for her, saying, "Let's have a pint of Guinness, Andre, happy St. Patrick's Day." According to what she said on Today FM, "He's really charming, and I'm here to share that Guinness with you." Apparently, Bublé spent around 20 minutes in the pub before heading out to soundcheck for his performance later that evening. On St. Patrick's Day, 2023, an unexpectedly small pub in the middle of Dublin played host to one of the most unforgettable experiences of a fan's life, an impromptu performance by the legendary crooner Michael Bublé for the lucky diners of what started as the sun started to set on March 17th, locals and visitors alike started to show up, ready to celebrate their Irish heritage. The atmosphere was lively, with patrons dressed in green and shamrocks adorning their lels. The sound of laughter and pint glasses clinking filled the air, creating an unforgettable night for all. As the tavern erupted in traditional fiddle music and laughter, the crowd fell silent. Suddenly, a towering figure with a brilliant smile and a baseball cap pulled low over his eyes entered. Sarah, a young woman, sat at the bar with her friends, savoring the day's celebratory vibe. She had been captivated by Michael Bublé's gentle voice and mesmerizing stage presence ever since she heard him perform Haven't Met You Yet in college. Little did she know that today would be so much more than she had anticipated. The audience thought it was just another enthusiastic performer, but as he emerged into the spotlight, it was Michael Bublé. Gasps escaped the throng, and Sarah's heart skipped a beat. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. The atmosphere shifted from carefree merrymaking to thrilling anticipation as the guy who had serenaded her with her speakers now stood only steps away. As he glanced around the bar, he couldn't help but smile at the shocked expressions on the faces of his fellow patrons. "Is this a St. Patrick's Day party or a staring contest?" he joked, instantly lightening the mood and causing the patrons to laugh out loud, releasing the shock that had briefly gripped them. Bublé quickly captivated the audience with his charisma and easygoing personality. It didn't take long for someone to ask, "Why don't you sing us a song?" The bartender nodded and agreed to let the singer take center stage, which was a small stage usually reserved for local bands in the pub's corner. Buzzy, who seemed to be shaking off any nerves, approached the microphone with a mischievous grin. He announced, "I think it's only right that I start with something upbeat for St. Patrick's Day." And so he spontaneously broke into an impromptu rendition of Feeling Good. The classic that has captivated generations, Sarah was mesmerized, barely able to contain her enthusiasm as she stood encircled by her friends. It was as if she were in a surreal dream. The mood transformed as Bub's thunderous voice sung traditional Irish songs, filling the tavern with his infectious enthusiasm. The customers joined in, singing, clapping, and dancing, their enthusiasm contagious. After the first song, Bubble took a moment to connect with the audience, saying, "I love Ireland." His enthusiasm was palpable as he declared, "Nothing compares to the warmth and spirit of the people here." As the crowd went on to applaud, Bubble's heart felt a mixture of gratitude and adoration. Not to mention, calling out his name, Sarah enlisted the bravery's help in asking if he could sing a special song for them. Her voice quivered with excitement as she suggested one of his great love ballads, Home. The bravery gave her a serious look before smiling and nodding. With that, he began to sing a moving rendition of Home. The room fell into a beautiful silence, filled only with his voice. It was a magical moment that seemed to transcend time and space. After the song, Bubble left the stage. Sarah couldn't believe he was performing for her. He mingled with the throng, shook hands, and posed for photographs. As Sarah's friends insisted that she meet up with a man whose voice had accompanied several of their shared moments, she felt pressured to do so as the throng began to shrink. Her response was kind and steady. "You've brightened my day. You've made my year. Whenever my buddy or fan smiled broadly, it was because of people like you who had the guts to approach him." In awe of the moment's romance, the two continued exchanging pleasantries for a little while longer. The more songs he sang that day, each one met with screams and applause, the more Sarah felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude as she understood that this meeting had been more than just a fleeting whim. It had confirmed her love for his music. Interspersed with stories about his travels and his passion for Irish culture, Paddy turned the bar into a small concert. He expertly transitioned from lively tunes and emotional ballads, creating an amazing experience. Get a taste of the infectious street with the Emerald Heart as its backdrop. Patrick's Day became a priceless treasure. The room resounded with joy and surprise as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the music and camaraderie that had filled the day. "Oh, how I would want to linger, yet I have no doubt that you," he joked before departing, promising to return, an impossible but true dream at the time, and he waved to the crowd, saying, "You all have been fantastic." He sang one more note, and the night ended with his words, "Don't forget, I'll always be here in spirit with every note I sing." The energy of the day continued, lifted by the melodies of joy and celebration. Following an unusual yet fascinating encounter on the street, guests left the Emerald Heart with radiant grins and hearts full to the brim. Unexpected St. Patrick's Day walking away from the event with a buzz in their bellies, Sarah and her friends were filled with inspiration and wonder at Michael's infectious charisma. The day was recorded not only as evidence of an unexpected encounter with a celebrity but also as a reminder of the excitement of live music and the extraordinary moments that can occur when we least anticipate them. Reports about Michael's surprise visit quickly circulated across social media, eventually becoming an urban legend. Michael Bublé had done more than just drop by a bar. He had made an enduring memory. A fleeting moment that bridged the divide between total strangers, music, laughing, and love in the most surprising manner possible, and in the midst of it all, his gesture of compassion served as a reminder to everyone that life is a beautiful song. Get ready to sing it.